Hey guys, welcome back to Man Interest 11. This is your boy Hellfish6, and I am coming back at you with another boxing uh, opinion, editorial. I don't know what we call this these days, but I'm gonna go back at this. You know what? It's been a few days. It's been a few days since the Cotto Canelo fight, and I really have been looking for every little bit of information I can get on Canelo's next plans. What Oscar De La Hoya is going to do, Golden Boy is going to do, HBO is going to do. HBO promotes Gennady Golovkin, and so I've been since the fights ended, on Saturday. I've been like, man, what's going to happen? So you got Canelo at the post-fight conference, or the post-fight with Max Kellerman, saying, "Hey, I'll fight anybody. I'll fight Triple G right here, right now." And then obviously his handler is telling him, "Hey, settle down, calm down." And then it turns into afterwards, back down to that catch weight, that 155 catch weight. They got to bring him down. And there's some people out there saying, "Oh, you know what, Gennady Golovkin, he's B-side. He has to do it." And that's what that's what I think. That's what kills me as a fan. As a fan, or if you're a writer, somebody in the media, like, what is it to you? What weight Gennady Golovkin has to come down to? Like, how does it benefit you as a fan to see somebody drain down to 155 when this is a middleweight belt? We're talking about the WBC Linear and Ring Championship, middleweight championship of the world. Why would it be in your interest as a fan or a writer to see the A side drain the B side? Like, why? This is the middleweight championship of the world. It should be under those conditions of the middleweight championship of the world, which goes from 155 to 160. So why are there people out there saying, good for Canelo. He's A side now. He beat Cotto. He has the belts. He's A side. Mayweather's not there. He's A side. He brings in the pay per view buys. He's about the money. Good for him for making Gennady, forcing Gennady to drain. And if he doesn't drain, you know what? Go kick rocks, 3G. Go kick rocks. I don't get that. As a fan, as a viewer, you want to see the best fights being made. According to Oscar De La Hoya, he's all about the best fights being made. How does that help you at all? I just that's something that boggles my mind. And it goes into why people focus on the money for the athletes too. It's not your money. What is it to you? It's not your money. It's not, it belongs to the owner. It belongs to the networks. It's not your money when it comes down to, oh, my fighter makes more money than your fighter. Who gives a shit? It's about making the best fights that we want to see. We want to see, as fans, we should want to see who's number one. Right now, Canelo Alvarez is holding the WBC, the Ring Linear Championships of the world, middleweight. We should see him fight the best guy. And according to ESPN, pound for pound boxing, they got Gennady Golovkin, number 2, pound for pound. Canelo's down there, number 8. So they know the deal. They know the deal. They're professionals. I'm not. I'm just a guy, on YouTube talking shit. So they know the deal. So number 8, pound for pound, is going to tell number 2, pound for pound, hey, if you don't drain yourself and come down to 155, then you don't really want to fight anyway. And I can see what fans are going to say. I can see how Canelo's team is going to spin this. They're going to say, oh, you know what? They both re-drain anyway. 155 is nothing. They're both going to move up to 165, 170 on fight night. Well, if it's not a big deal, why don't you just go by the rules of what the division is? This is a boxing fight. It's for the middleweight championship of the world. Does that not mean anything anymore? I don't think it's going to happen. I think 3G is going to stick to his guns. Canelo is not that big of a fighter. He's going to say, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. Canelo's going to be like, whatever. I think my company has me. And then, you know what? He's going to realize his company doesn't have him, because what's the big fight he's going to have after that? Who's he going to fight? Who in the welterweight, where the big names are at, are going to move up to 155? Timothy Bradley? Really? And they're going to put that on pay-per-view? Canelo versus Timothy Bradley on pay-per-view. That's going to be a joke. I again, Canelo's going to have a 15, 20 pound advantage over the other fighter, and everybody's going to look at him like, really, come on, man, what are you doing? Um, it's embarrassing. Now that I'm getting more and more into the boxing game, I'm starting to realize that it's more not. It's not so much about the boxers. It's not so much about the matchups. It's not so much about who is going to be number one, but more about getting that money. And more than I'm realizing is the more respect I'm having for Floyd Mayweather, by the way, because he led the way. He realized it's the fighters got to look out for themselves. The fighters got to look after themselves. The promoters don't care. The promoters are trying to get paid, and if the fighters are going to be complicit in fighting fights that are not going to uh, determine who's number one, then who cares, right? Who cares? Get that money. And us as fans ultimately are the ones that are the worst about it, the worst of it all, because we're still going to buy the fights. I'm not buying the fight. I'll tell you that. Ever since 2012 when Bradley got that upset decision over Pacquiao, I'm not buying the fight. But you know what? They're gonna roll their dice. I guarantee you, Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy are gonna roll their dice, saying, "Hey, we're gonna force 3G to come down with 55. He doesn't. He's gonna go kick rocks, and Canelo's gonna fight Timothy Bradley or somebody else at 155. It's gonna be a joke, and when they don't make money, then they're gonna wait the year or two, and they're gonna go back to 3G and say, "Hey, let's make this fight." That should have happened in 2016, but we won't see that fight until like 2018 because they're gonna take a page out of Floyd Mayweather. It's disgusting. It's disgusting is too much of a word, but it's business. It's business, and it's disappointing. But those are my thoughts on the follow up for Canelo. I'm very interested. I'm extremely interested. Supposedly he has 15 days, 14, 15 days to make the fight with 3G. But it's Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving weekend's coming up. So I imagine we're going to hear something really soon. And I'll be back to talk about it. And hopefully I'll come out with some other videos as well. Hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Let me know what I can do to improve. This is Health 36, and I'm out.